Hi, traders. Welcome back to the Village Trader Charts. I'm your host, Njabulun Tsabande. I'm also host of the Village Trader Podcast, the podcast I host chatting with other traders and trying to learn from them and that sort of thing. I do apologize. It's been a minute since last did this videos. Sometimes life gets in the way, but we're back. We're back by popular demand. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at the banking index, the financial index, and the our banking stocks. The financials are starting to look quite interesting as of late. So first off, I wanted to look at the index itself. This is the Fin 15 chart. This is a weekly chart. As you can see, we had a nice doji candle. We had a nice doji candle there last week, and starting the week off quite good, looking good to break into the 12,000 and 13,000 range. Break back into that range, looking quite lekker. It's starting to be quite a good time to be looking at the banking stocks as and perhaps maybe as the Reserve Bank allowed the banks to start paying dividends, investors will start to look at the banking stocks again and hopefully push the price higher in that anticipation of the dividends, and perhaps the worst is over in terms of the implications of COVID over the past couple of over the past year. So first stock on the list is Capitec. Looking at the weekly chart, as you can see, we had a nice break on Friday. Friday was quite a strong day in the market, and that was followed up by another strong day today. The stock moving quite nicely. The stock up 2.3% on the day. I'm looking quite good. Looking quite good. I have an entry around that 1,480 level. I'm looking for a close higher to that level, and perhaps I'll look to add into this trade. Ordinarily, this would have been a nice entry for me, but then I already have a losing position on this trade, so looking to bounce back quite nicely. And that was a long wait because I entered back in December on that break there. So I've been sitting on a loss on Capitec for a while now, but the stock is starting to look good. So as we break above those levels around, if we break above that 1,480 1,500 level, I'll then look to add into the position and trail my stop accordingly. This chart looks quite good, man. That was a nice. If I jump back to the weekly chart, perhaps just put in a line. Nice cup and handle, head and shoulders pattern, man. It doesn't get any bullish than this. So I'm liking Capitec quite a bit at the moment. Yeah, looking for the break higher, man. And we started we start, as you can see, lower lows. I mean, rather higher lows. So looking for the break above that overhead resistance there. And once we get that break, I'll add into the position and trail my stop behind me accordingly. So yeah, Capitec looking quite lekker. Second on the list, looking to join the Bulls at the minute is First Rand, and the 30-week exponential moving average is bitterly close from crossing the 60-week, maybe 3 points below the 60-week exponential moving average, which is quite good. Looking for a breakthrough. If I bring back my candles, above that 52 rand, 53 rand level, perhaps a close above that swing, above that high close there. And the last time we had a close above this level was back in February, some 2020 February, somewhere there. So once we get a close above that, I'll take the trade and I'll put my stop just below that low there, just below that swing low there. If I can jump back to the daily charts, this is quite looking quite lekker. Yeah, so I'll put my stop just below that low around 49 Rand. If we get a close above that 55 Rand and some change, call it 56. And then I'll take the trade and put my stop around 49. And then and of course if the trade moves in my favor, I'll trail my stop behind me accordingly. Next on the list, first look at into the weekly chart is APSA Group. APSA looking quite lekker, man. Look, making higher lows, higher highs. Looking quite good. It did look like it was gonna break back into a lower box, but that support, that 122 support held quite well. Looking for a breakthrough that tiny resistance. It's been resistance for about a few weeks or so. So I want to break through, close above that 134, call it 135. Want to get a close above 135. I'll then take the trade. Put my stop just below this these lows there, maybe around 115. And then as the trade moves in our favor, we'll trail the stop behind us. But even when you look at the weekly charts, looking quite lekker. 30-week exponential moving average recently just crossed the 60-week exponential moving average. So we're now just waiting, just a matter of waiting for that overhead resistance there to break. And once that's break, the line of least resistance is clearly been defined. As you can see, you're making higher lows and higher highs on the stock, looking quite lekker. And once we break through that 130, 133, call it 134, call it 135 or 135.50 or somewhere there's about. We'll then take the trade and put my stop around those lows there. I'm just below them. The Netbank has been looking not horribly bad. Just been a leg off of the group. I suppose perhaps it felt the hardest during the COVID crash. But still breaking into higher boxes, but not a stock I'm particularly excited about, because that's gonna be there's gonna be a bit of waiting on my end to before I actually start to realize, before I can even before I can start to take the trade or consider the trade moving forward, because if I can get this box to work, there you go. As you can see here, we have with the close there. There you go. Uh, there you go. There you go. Hey, sometimes tech. Anyway, as you can see, the 30-week exponential moving average is still far apart from the 60-week exponential moving average. So I'm just watching it as it moves higher. I want it to prove itself for these two to cross first before I can start entertaining the stock. But it's looking quite lekker. If I bring back the 200-day exponential moving average, recently crossed it, came back to retest it, held it quite well, closed above it. So far so good. Not in a hurry to jump into the stock as yet, but yeah, it does look good. I may be out of it for a while, but that's okay because I already have exposure to the same market, being in the financial market. With First Rand being close to triggering and APSA being close to triggering as well. So it doesn't stress me too much that I have to wait for quite a bit before I can look into trading Netbank on the long side, because for all intents and purposes, this is still quite bearish for me, as indicated by my trend direction signal. Last bank on the list is Standard Bank. Standard Bank looking like it wants to act as the way we adopted out to be, as you can see, long while ago, back in November, but still holding that range there. Also, the 30-week exponential moving average still a fair distance away, but important to note that the trend line there was broken. That held as a support was broken. So let's wait and see how the market reacts. Since it looks like the banks are starting to recover again, let's see how the market takes on Standard Bank. But if I were to take this trade, my stop would have those that level just below that support line there around 116. Brilliant place to place a stop. But like I said, I don't count a trend, so I want the trend to be established first. And as in with Standard Bank, as you can see today closed above the 200-day exponential moving average, back above the 200-day exponential moving average, which is always lekker. Yeah, liking the stock. But I'm not a counter trend trader. I want the trend rather to be established first, before I can properly jump into the stock. But for now, I'm just waiting on the sidelines, watching, seeing what's happening there. So that was the last of the banks. And we had a trigger confirmation. Let me just switch off there and that one there, and bring back the lazy ones. So we had a trigger on Friday. We had a trigger here. As you can see, the price reverted back below that 15-day exponential moving average when I got stopped out on that candle there. That's the candle that triggered the stop. I exited the trade. And then on Friday, we got a trigger with the price through that 15-day exponential moving average there, closing above the 15-day exponential moving average. And then we were waiting for a close above close above this close here of this candle here, which was 61.90. We had that today. If you want an email alert on the lazy system, the link to my mailing list will be in the description below. You can just sign up there. Every time there's a lazy event, I'll pop you an email, and yeah, you'll know. So tomorrow, I'm taking the trade first thing market open tomorrow morning, and yeah, I'm gonna be in the trade until the ETF closes below that 30-day exponential moving average. And then last but not least, similarly, with Citrix 40, we had a trigger on the Spider S&P 500 ETF. We had a trigger on Friday, just waiting for a close above that 395.98, $395.98. Waiting for a close above that. So far, not so great. Doesn't look like we're gonna get a confirmation today, but the trigger will remain live up until either it's confirmed or the ETF closes below the 15-day exponential moving average, as it did here. As you can see, we had a trigger, didn't confirm. Actually, that trigger then subsequently failed, and then we since got another trigger here. Now we wait for that confirmation, and that wait is very important, because every trade that you don't take, or every signal that doesn't confirm, would have been a losing trade. So that waiting for that confirmation step is absolutely crucial. So yeah, that's it for me today. Thank you for having me. Yeah, man, it's a bull market out there. With that being said, thread carefully, trade, don't ignore your risk management principles. Always respect risk. Anyway, stay well, stay safe. Check you next time with the Village Trader. Cheers.